What's going on with y'all, man? Welcome to HDiiTV. You're now rocking with your boy. What's going on, man? Now, been watching the show Superman and Lois, new adaptation of Superman CW. You can watch it on HBO Max. I think you can watch it somewhere else, but the show is dope. The guy that got playing Superman does a heck of a job. And this is the thing I was talking about with Zack Snyder. This is my issue with Zack Snyder. I didn't have an issue with Henry Cavill playing the role of Superman. My problem was you didn't give him any direction when he was Clark Kent. He wasn't a good Clark Kent. Superman, he was okay. He looked the part, but you had him kill somebody at the end when Superman ain't never really been about killing anybody. He never been about doing anything of that nature. And you get to see on here the beginning. They show you, of course, him and Lois. They show him in Smallville. His dad passed away, and then he went searching for answers to see who he was, and he found out who he was. Now in this adaptation, him and General Lang, they've had their squabbles, their quarrels over the years, but now they're basically working together because he has 2 kids, and Lois, of course, and General Lang was he was doing a lot of stuff. Now they introduced the multiverse, which is John Henry Irons, who is Steel, who in his alternate Earth, he is with Lois. He had a kid with Lois called Natalie. Now in the present, in the current timeline, Superman and Lois have 2 kids. It's Jonathan Kent, which everybody remember from the comics, is Superboy. And then you got Jordan. Now, Jordan is a new character introduced. We never seen Superman with 2 kids. Now, you expect Jonathan Kent to get powers because he's excelling in everything. He's excelling in sports. He's excelling, with talking with the ladies, talking with different, he's a people's guy. He has that swagger, that that's his own man. He's his own guy. Jordan is the guy who having panic attacks, very antisocial, very to himself, really not trying to be around people because he has panic attacks. He gets picked on, bullied. John always comes to his aid. John kind of teases him a lot, just to, not a tease where it's trying to hurt his feelings, just being a big brother. Now, Jordan, we all think Jonathan's I'm thinking he's finna get the powers because of the comic book. No. They go a whole different direction. Jordan turns out to have the powers. So, and he goes out there for football, Sean stealing some of John's shine. John starts to feel, kind of envious and jealous because, John's always been the child, the number 1 child, the prodigy. And now, he's basically fell behind his brother because his brother got powers, which he felt he should have got powers. So season 1 dwells into that. Then you got John Henry Irons coming out of nowhere trying to kill Superman because in his alternate timeline, Superman kills Lois, who is his wife in that timeline, in front of him and his daughter. They see it on TV. So when he was fighting Superman, he got caught up in a grab, like when he was using the power, like to it basically this red kryptonite, which he fires, and it zaps Superman of his power. And you could kill him, but before you could see what happened, he jumped and ended up in this timeline. So he's trying to kill Clark. So Clark's trying to figure out who this guy is. Now they also have problems because they have this organization named Morgan or something. I forgot the name of it. But he's basically running experiments, giving people powers and stuff, and basically letting them live their normal lives as regular people. But then when he uses some type of signal or frequency, it turns them into Kryptonians. And this is when we realize and find out that the guy Morgan is actually Superman's brother, Tao Lei or something. He's from another house where he was genetically born from two parents, which was his mother, which is Clark's mother. He's Kal-El, and his dad basically wanted to use her experiment that she created to rob Earthlings, kill all the Earthlings, and take them over and revive, the Kryptonians. So they're trying to figure out what's going on. So Superman and everything figures out everything near the end. Also, he has to deal with juggling, trying to teach Jordan how to control his powers, trying to teach them, and it's hard. You're getting to see Clark as a parent, which I really love. This should have been the direction they've gone in all the time. Superman Returns was basically going to be sort of like this, except he had one child then, but now you got two children. They were going to have a third child, but Lois had a miscarriage, and she's never forgiven herself for that. So, John Henry Irons was going to kill Kal-El because Kal-El got taken over by, of course, his brother's dad. Clark is the only one who was conceived the natural way through, procreation. His father, Jor-El, and taught him everything, and his brother came and destroyed, the crystal that showed his dad the memories of his dad, and his dad told him, I love you, Kal-El, be safe, and he was destroyed. Now his mother is there, which we find out this is in season 2. I'll do the season 2 review later. I'm almost done with that one. That's been a great season, but this has been awesome. The people they have playing Clark and Lois, and then General Lang, and everybody is killing this role. Jordan, of course, starts falling for this girl who goes out with somebody on the team. He gets picked on. That's when his powers came. He started beating those guys up. He gets angry on the field. He almost uses his heat blast from his eyes, and luckily his dad was there to save it. But this basically shows you that Superman is still learning how to be a parent. He's learning how to be a better husband. He's learning how to help the world, not just be subjugated to helping the United States of America. And that's something that's talked about throughout the series. Now, John Henry Irons ends up not killing him and helping him, and he helps him, and he's trying to build a life. And then that's when at the end of season 1, his daughter Natalie comes, and Natalie is mixed, because his wife was Lois and everything, and she thought that was her mom, and it wasn't. So that's when he was trying to teach her and everything. They were trying to live their life, but it's hard, because she's seeing the man who killed her mom is married to her mother. So that traumatizes kids. So leading into season 2, that shows you some. The show to me is 4 stars out of 4 so far. Season 1 was 4 stars out of 4. Great direction, great dialogue, the interaction, the CGI and everything looks very good. To be a show, it's like, wow. You just sitting there like, man, this is some amazing stuff. And it is. You got to see the growth of Superman. They didn't go back into the stories. If you ain't watched Smallville or read the comic books or the old Christopher Reeves ones, and then the Superman Returns and the Man of Steel ones, then you just gonna be, you got to go back and do your research. Now, Clark is basically You know, in this season, it's a lot of secrets, and that's when it starts being uncovered, when General Lang tells him what it is, and Clark tells him, yo, you know, keep a because he wants him to keep a contingency plan, because Clark doesn't want what happened in John Henry Irons' world, which he's still, to happen to this world, and he doesn't want that to happen at all. So he wants a contingency plan because he doesn't want humans to feel like they don't have any way to stop him. And, you know, that's smart, but it also is bad. Lois is upset because she's trying to tell him you can fight it. And, you know, Lois, you know, she doesn't want to lose him. She loves him a lot, loves her kids. You know, she wants to keep everything grounded, and it's kind of hard because Superman isn't no regular human being. He's a Kryptonian. He's a man who's, you know, fighting for justice, all the cliche things of Superman. And this is how Superman should have been. This is what I really was upset with Zack Snyder on. Man, what is you doing, bro? How you just gonna jump in front of me? A-hole. Dang, boy, I tell you, man, these people can't drive. But yeah. So John Henry Irons and everything, they reconcile him, and he lives with, you know, he not with Lois anymore, you know, and he was starting to move on until Natalie came. Now his world got shook again. So now, you know, season 2 basically segues into the continuation, but the red introducing the red kryptonite was very, very genius. Introducing him having a brother was great. They were trying to resurrect or revive Zod, so that didn't work. But his brother, you know, he had a chance to kill his brother, but he never did because, you know, he believes he can make his brother good again. Jordan, of course, is, you know, moving with this girl Sarah, I believe that's her name, who is Lana's daughter. Lana has a husband. Clark came back from going to the solitude, the place of solitude where, you know, he was at, and he was going to go back and live his life, and then he saw Lana was with somebody else, which was the husband she's with now, who they have problems because their daughter, she basically tried to commit suicide at one time, and then they got a young daughter. I think she's autistic a little bit, and, you know, it's tough. But Lana, and then in this season, you have his mother wanting him to come back because she just wanted him back, and she died. So she died, and that's what made them move back. For her funeral, Clark wanted to move back. You know, John kind of feels out of place, but as the season goes, you know, he starts being cool with everybody. He finds a girl, but the girl was really playing him at first, and then he was like, man, whatever. You know, he's, you know, and then they started hooking up at the end. You know, everything was coming together. John Henry Irons was finna hit the road just to see what was up, and that's when Natalie's ship crash landed because she went to follow her dad because she saw him disappear. She was following him because the machine they had there, the AI they were using, was telling her that he's in critical condition, like his ship is in critical condition, not him. But storyline's great. We got different people. Lois, of course, you know, was out at the paper in Metropolis because Morgan, I believe, took it over. Her and Morgan have been having it out for each other for years, you know, because she believes everything he's doing is not right. He's using people just to get what he wants. You know, 4 stars out of 4, man. This has been a great show. Make sure you catch it. It's a CW show. It's the best adaptation to me of Superman we've had in a long time. Like I said, the other Superman go hard too. My Adventures with Superman. That's a cartoon version. That's good too. And then you got the Superman and Lois show. That's even better. That's better than the cartoon. Different storylines. General Lang in this one is working with Clark. They know each other's secrets, everything. So they keep it together. They keep it to themselves. They didn't tell the kids at first. They told the kids later. And, you know, And it's hard on Jordan because Jordan feels like he blames his dad, but then once Jordan's character, I love how Jordan's character developed through him having depressions and anxiety attacks, always feeling like, you know, he's not a part, and now that he has powers, him and his dad can connect. They go to the Fortress of Solitude. He introduces him to his granddad, Jor-El. He called him Jordan after Jor-El, and he named John after his Earth dad, Jonathan. So it's a very good storyline. The woman playing Lois, she is very good. She's the best Lois adaptation I have seen. Like, she checks all the marks. You know, her range is incredible. So is the guy playing Superman, like how he plays Clark Kent and then he plays Superman, how he switches up is beautiful. Like, this is how it's supposed to be, and this is what I had a problem with. Zack Snyder needed to take something out of this book. So, you know, but that's all I got, man. Season 2, I'll do a review on it later. I am having all day Sunday this Sunday, all day football. Make sure you guys come by. We're gonna have fun. Like I said, I'm breaking down the games that I watch on the regular TV that I'm watching, you know, and I break them down to you guys of what's going on out there on the field, and we go from there. And then I'm doing Monday night again, so come through. I do not do Thursday nights at all. I do recaps. I watch it later because I work. Football Saturdays, like when I get off, I'll go rewatch certain games just to see certain teams, you know. I can't watch every team, guys. I'm sorry. I mainly watch Florida State and Coach Prime stuff, and I watch USC and a couple other schools, you know, but I'm not going to be able to watch everybody. I'll try, but it's hard. So thank you guys, man, for your love and blessings. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you guys do love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to the description box, hitting that link that takes you to my Cash App. You guys can also go on Zelle. I'm on Zelle as well. Just take that number in the description box, put that number into the search engine for Zelle, and you'll find my account and you could donate then. You know, and you guys can super chat when the video is live or premieres. And you guys can leave a super thanks after the video's done. If you guys got any, you know, let me know in the comment section if you've seen it or not. Leave your comments. You know, and hey, we out. Deezy.